Good morning. We are live today talking about how 15 minutes is changed our marriage. Because it's 15 minutes that we started spending time prioritizing each other and being intentional about that. So
Yep.
we are really encouraged by each of you, the way that you guys are commenting and sharing and just even sharing struggles and things that you guys have had, and we've been able to pray for you, we've been able to encourage, and we want that to be at this forum. So like the page, like our page, and also comment, share, let's have conversation, continue to converse. So 15 minutes changed our marriage. There was a pivotal moment in our
Can I tell the
marriage
story?
that we had that this was the issue. So
Can I tell the story?
you
How it
tell the
started?
story. You tell the story.
Okay, so this was probably a few years ago now, when we were in the middle of like those early baby days and toddler days, when you're, as a mom, trying to get your legs under you and figure out what on earth just happened to your life. But you came home and like after a day of work, and I think you'd been working at a coffee shop that day, because you like wafted in this aroma of like some delicious latte that he'd probably had. And
Probably not true, but
no, it totally was true. And here I am. Okay, I'm in like sweatpants, no makeup, hair in a ponytail, like spackled with banana and
Your mom
sweet
gear.
potato. Mom,
your mom gear.
is that mom gear? That's sad.
That's what I call it.
And he came in and he starts talking about his day and all these great meetings that he'd had, and projects he was working on, and all these exciting things that he was doing. And I think I just finally broke down in tears.
You were crying.
I was.
Yeah. You broke down in tears. And the reason she broke down in tears is because, and I remember this very vividly, she just looked at me and said, why don't you ask me about my heart? And I realized in that moment that I needed to start doing a better job of pursuing her, because she was lost in motherhood. And I think as a mom, a lot of moms experience just getting lost in motherhood and not experiencing that shift. And so for me, I was missing that.
Yeah.
And so it was an opportunity for us to start looking at, okay, it's easy to process our day. It's easy to talk about the facts of our day.
Right.
But what about the process of what that looks like? So for instance, it's easy for me to say, well, my day was good. I had a great day. This happened or that happened. Mm-hmm. But how did I feel about that? And neuroscience research shows that the connection in the brain when we use feeling words is critically important. And
because it's moving from that information and data to what's actually beneath that. And I think to your defense, and I think to a lot of spouses' defense, it's not intentional. I don't think I knew how lonely I was. I don't think I realized I was being missed until that moment, and it just
came out.
Burst out, yeah.
And I think for us, it's important too that we use these feeling words, because whenever Christy and I are struggling, it goes back to Proverbs 4:23. Guard your heart, for it is the wellspring of life. Mm-hmm. And I think, the enemy has come, John 10:10 says, the enemy has come to steal, kill, and destroy. I believe there's nothing more that he would love to steal, kill, and destroy than your marriage. And so, therefore, if we are pursuing each other's hearts in a radical way, and the reason we say 15 minutes is because we take 15 minutes at the end of each day. And sometimes it's going to look differently. Some days it might be 5 minutes. Some days it might be, it might lead into an hour conversation. But rather than prioritizing the screen after the kids are down, prioritize one another.
Yeah.
And so inquire about your spouse's day. And use feeling words to describe your day.
This is the counselor coming out, can you tell?
But it's not
a lot of people don't use feeling words ever.
No,
so
and this sounds,
is a big...
This sounds mushy for men, but research shows that the best leaders in the world have the ability to process and know what other people are feeling and be able to relate to them in critical, stressful moments.
And name emotion.
So to do that in our marriage is huge.
Yeah.
So what we'd love for you guys to do is join us in doing this over the next 4 weeks or so. We're going to just, takes 28 days to a habit. So let's connect with each other, prioritize each other once the kids are down, and let's genuinely... 15
minutes. That's it. And I think that's what feels so doable, is that it's realizing, like, for men, even for women who maybe you're not a talker. Maybe you struggle to, like, communicate and enter into someone else's world. And I think that's so common and easy to do. But it's just those questions of like, and a real practical would be like, how was your day? What was going on in your heart today? And as opposed to being like, I did this and this and this and this, which is fine, but then saying it made me angry, this made me like disgusted, this made me feel
And what we have found
hurt.
too then is she might be giving me the data of her day and the facts, and I know, I've gotten to a point now where I know there's something deeper going on,
Yeah.
and I can look at her and say, how do you feel about that? Like, tell me what's going on within you
It's
right
such a
now.
counselor
It is, but
question.
but you know when there's something deeper going
Yeah.
on within your spouse, and if you're not connected there, what happens is that's when you start to just get frustrated with each other.
Yeah.
So, and you start missing each other, because what ends up happening is you don't talk about the elephant it becomes an elephant in
Right.
the room, and then you don't talk about it.
And
that's
weeks
where
will
it
go
gets-
by, and then it will blow up
Yeah.
into something.
So comment do this with us, and then comment any breakthroughs that you've
Yeah.
had. The other thing I'd love for you to comment is any ways that you and your spouse connect in a really radical way that gets to the heart.
Yeah.
Like, I know for you had mentioned before, I'm not bragging on myself, but you mentioned
I know what
before-
you're gonna say.
You mentioned before that it just really makes you feel
Yeah.
important.
So if he travels and he's speaking, I often felt, and still feel, truthfully, left behind. Like I'm left here with the kids as he goes off and does these great, exciting, wonderful things. And I'm the one left. And so, but what has been so great, like whenever I call him, if I text him, he answers every time. It doesn't matter if he's in a meeting. He has actually answered the phone when he's been speaking to a room full of people. And it was a conference. And they literally stopped. I was having a really hard day, and they literally stopped, and he had them pray for me. And it's those moments where you recognize, like it's not a gesture. It's an open invitation for you, the spouse, into their lives. And
So what are those? So
right
is
for
it-
me,
it-
that's
yeah.
what's a huge one.
Is it a
It's- I
text
know-
message from your spouse? Is it a love note?
Right.
What is it for you guys? Comment and tell us, like,
What
so
makes
that
your
we can.
heart feel known?
Couldn't
Yeah?
say it any better. We'll do this again next week. Thank you guys so much. We're just really encouraged by the community. Like the page and continue to comment, and let's dialogue together and use the comment section as a way to interact together. We really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Bye.
See you guys soon.